Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today is the day. We are finally getting this bird up in the sky. The XFLY SU 27 with the blue camo Ukrainian scheme. Working rudders on this guy, as I always mod rudders on all my planes that don't have rudders. I didn't video the process. I did take a couple of pictures of it. But yeah, this is gonna be the maiden flight, and I say that because I've already made in this plane technically, but the video just turned out terrible. My camera position just was out of whack, which I don't know how that happened, but it happened. The plane was like rarely ever in frame. The video was like useless anyway. On that flight I flew it on a 4S 2200. And that's not enough for this plane. With this plane having twin engines, requires a little bit more battery. At about the 2-minute and 40 mark, she died on me, and I basically dead sticked it. And I was able to land it because I was kind of out there, and I was pretty much dead sticked in the middle of the field out there. And at the time, the grass was a little bit tall. They just freshly mowed the entire field, but at that point the grass was tall out there, so it landed nice and soft out there in the field. But thank God, because this is a really pretty aircraft. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's to XFLY's quality. You can tell just by holding it, picking it up, feeling it, you know, the material, how it's made. It's you know, it's XFLY quality. The plane itself is painted in this blue paint here. All of the digital camo is all decal. All the grays, these dark blues, like I would say a good 80%, 85% of this plane is decal. It's just wrapped in decal all over it. You know, most of the verticals, all this entire thing here is a decal. So yeah, like 80% of the plane is decal with this blue camo on it, which is absolutely stunning. I love the scale features, the antennas there all over it. You can see there. I mean, the plane just looks gorgeous, you know. From looks, just by looks, I'm like literally loving this plane, just based on looks alone. And obviously I'm not going to use the gear. This one did come with the suspension front nose gear. I guess they on the box they label it the Pro version, meaning it comes with that suspension front gear. I don't know if that's going to be true to wherever you buy yours from. I got mine from Banana Hobby, and that's how it came, the Pro version with the suspension front gear, which I'm not using. Obviously I'm going to belly land it. This grass out here is just not really good for small wheels. So and the plane, the belly land, the plane kind of lands smoothly on there. So yeah, let me pop the canopy open here so that you guys can see what I'm working with. So I have a let's get this turned around a little bit here. I have a HRB 2600, and you can see where I'm CGing at right here, just past the wooden tray back here. AR 630. Yeah, I did take this. It does come with straps. I took them out because it just wasn't, the straps just weren't working for me. They were taking up too much space, and the battery, obviously the front strap I couldn't use. So it's Velcroed down, and I know some guys don't like just using Velcro. They get scared thinking that the battery's gonna come flying out. And I'm gonna knock on wood here, I've never had a battery eject on me, just using Velcro. I've had planes with batteries Velcroed in that I've even crashed and the battery was still in it. As a matter of fact, I crashed one airplane and the battery came out of the plane, but it took the tray with it. Like, it literally ripped the tray out of the airplane and the battery was still attached to the Velcro. As long as you get yourself some good high weight rated Velcro, you're gonna be fine. Batteries don't come out, you know. So yeah, like I use Velcro on most of my planes. Some of them I have Velcro and straps. If they happen to work for me, I'll leave the strap in, especially like on a 6S jet. Yeah, I would opt to keep the strap in because those are big heavy batteries. But for a 4S battery, Velcro is just fine. But yeah, anyways, enough talking. Let's get this guy in the air and see how she goes. Let me arm the throttle. Throttle is armed. Do a control surface check, make sure everything is going the right way. I do have safe and AS3X on a switch on this. This plane is kind of funky to hold to hand launch, so I'm going to be holding it by just one of these pods here. It's the best grip that I can, and this plane does have CG marks for you, so you don't have to play a guessing game. Now this plane, honestly, if I'm honestly speaking, I think it's lacking in power a little bit. When I did the hanging test, it felt like it almost barely, well, it actually didn't support its own weight. And it is a hefty plane. Like it's not heavy, but it's not super light neither. And that's XFLY's soft rev up that I hate. That wasn't me slowly revving it up. That's me giving it full throttle and it's slowly revving up. That's, you know, my T7 did that same thing, and I just took the ESC out and just replaced it all together because I can't figure out how to program that out. There's ways you can program that out of it, but I just don't. I'm just dumb, I guess. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, see, let's see if I can give you a test here. Hopefully I can get this in camera and you can see the throttle and the rev up. So full throttle, and you can see that delay there. I don't like that feature. My T7 had that same thing and I hated it. So I had to take the ESC out, so I might have to do that with this plane. But anyway, let's get this plane up in the air and we'll wait for it to completely spool up before I toss it. But yeah, here we go. You can see how low she got there from just tossing it. I'm pretty much at full throttle right now. I'm gonna take it out of safe there. And as far as, like, she flies really nice and stable. I mean, it's not slow, but it's not super fast neither. And the thing with it is, I mean, it's a jet, you know, I like to go fast with my jets. And it being a jet, you don't want to be putzing around and, you know, half to low throttle. That's how you get yourself into trouble. You don't want to accelerate through the turns. And she is just, like I said, I did Maiden it technically already, so I kind of trimmed it out already. Still feels like it needs a little bit more trim. I'm trying to conserve throttle because honestly I don't know how these batteries are going to perform. I do like the HRB batteries. It's just, like I said, it chewed through my 2200, so I had to order these 2600s, and that's what delayed me from getting the Maiden in. But man, she is really pretty in the sky, and she's flying rock solid right now. There's a little counter rudder. We're gonna do a vertical here, and she's up there quite a ways. So admittedly, I actually bought 2 motors for this plane to try to pep up its speed. But yeah, that's for another video. We'll just leave that at that for now. But I mean, she flies fine under her own power right now, and it is flying rock solid. And you know, typical of XFLY plane, this plane flies almost just as good as that T7 does. It's pretty stable. I mean, she's been rock solid. There's no wind here today that I've had to deal with. I had wind on the initial Maiden, and it still flew fantastic. And my timer's up, so I'm gonna pop safe there and work on getting this thing landed. I do have flaperons programmed on this. So we're gonna get a notch of flaps there. And I'm kind of hot, so I'm gonna try to bring it around, and hopefully I have enough juice to do so. And I had to give it a lot of throttle there to get it to come back up. I do have the one notch of flaps on it. I cut throttle there, give it full flaps, and come on in. All right, not too bad. A little bit off further than I wanted. I usually want to land here in this hump here, which gives me the better landing. Out here it gets a little rough, even though the field is freshly mowed. But it rained yesterday, so the grass is nice and wet. So hopefully everything's fine. Hopefully I don't know, the pitot tube is still there. But she is intact. She's down in one piece. And a beautiful Maiden. I absolutely am happy with that, because that's the first time I landed this plane actually. And landed it good, because the first time, like I said, it dead sticked. And the battery ran out, and I was dead sticking. You see a big giant puddle there, and I got to evade. So the field's nice and wet, the grass is nice and wet, so you get a nice good slide on the grass. And you can see there my pitot tube still intact. Removable nose cone, which is good. I love planes that have removable nose cones, because if anything happens, you can just replace the nose instead of having to deal with replacing or gluing back the nose or replacing the fuselage or something. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get my battery checker real quick, because I want to see what the plane came down at. All right, I feel how that, because that on the first flight the battery was just like smoking hot. It like melted, well not melted, but the Velcro was so hot it was like peeling up. And the battery is not, the battery's just typically warm. You can see, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up, but you see the heat bubbles there. That was from the first flight. The battery got so hot. But as you see, HRB 2600, it feels like it puffed, looks like it puffed a little bit, the battery, but it's not ridiculously hot. Let's get this unplugged. Jesus, I almost ripped my antenna off. All right. And let's get you plugged in here. Hopefully we can see this all together. 14.65, 9%. I did do a go around. I was at, I think I was like 30 seconds above. I had a 2 minute and 50 timer. I think I was about 30 seconds above, 35 seconds above, if I remember correctly. 3.65 a cell, 3.66. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that over it dead sticking. So, but yeah, man, that's the XFLY, and I forgot to put the flaps back up. But yeah, that's the XFLY SU 27. Flew rock solid, just like true to XFLY's quality. This plane flew rock solid, just like an XFLY plane would. I'm loving it. Actually, I love the looks of it. This plane is absolutely gorgeous. In terms of looks, I think it's my favorite plane in my hangar now, just in terms of looks. This in the speed department is not the fastest thing in the world. I would say it's right on par with the T7, almost at the same speed as the T7 is, which the T7 is not really that fast neither. I pepped mine up, but But yeah, like I said, I did order motors for this guy, and we're gonna see if we can get a little bit more speed out of her. But until then, yeah, we'll catch you guys next time, and hopefully with an upgrade video. And because on this channel we do mods, we do upgrades, we mod as where we can. If I feel like I can improve the plane on something, I am going to replace the part. I will replace an ESC, I will replace the EDFs, I would put rudders on it. Whatever the plane needs, that I feel it needs to fly better, I'm gonna do it. That's the way I roll. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. We'll absolutely have this guy on the channel again. She is absolutely gorgeous, XFLY quality, flies rock solid. And but yeah, until next time, guys.